This is a American Dogwood. Everybody loves dogwoods. How many of y'all have tried to grow these and failed? Okay, several. I could put my hand up. I've planted numerous dogwoods within our property, and they just don't grow all that easily. You have to have them in just the right spot. The cemetery provides a wonderful area for these trees to grow. They need a partially shaded condition, good, loamy, well-drained soil. They don't like drought, so they need a place where like a lot of moisture is going to come down like in the next 5-10 minutes. These guys are going to be very happy. What you see on American or flowering dogwood right now, they are setting their flower buds. So this is a flower bud. But you're also seeing the fruit that's coming out on these. This fruit will turn bright red within the next month or so. This is relished by all kinds of songbirds and game birds. So it's a very important tree for wildlife. And every time a bird will eat one of these seeds, they'll fly around, drop the seed, and you usually get little dogwood trees coming up all over the place. But when you're buying a dogwood tree, at this time of the year, you can look on it and you'll know whether or not it's going to bloom or not. If it has the flower buds now, you know you're going to get blooms in the spring. But position this tree in the conditions that I told you about, well drained. If it gets morning sun, that's ideal. Try to shield it from hot afternoon sun. And hopefully you'll have better luck than I have. And don't plant it around walnut trees. There's a lot of trees that don't like walnuts because of the toxins that are emitted from everything on a walnut tree. So that's what I blame my failure on, because I have lots of walnuts down at Springhouse. And I've killed probably 15 or 20 dogwoods. I'm going to keep trying because it is one of our, if not the most beautiful native flowering tree, because of the winter interest with it's called sympodial branching that goes out very horizontal, but sympodial. All the flowers are arranged out on tops of these branches, so you get the beautiful spring flower display, nice fruit on it, and then a wonderful fall color as well. You'll get orange and red on American dogwoods. If you look up here to my left, do you see the big tree with the dark bark underneath it? That is a very healthy and very old dogwood tree. And that's how big they can get if they're happy. And you notice how it's kind of nestled underneath this oak tree here. That's a perfect condition. It is naturally an understory tree. You know what understory means? That's you. You know what that is? You've got a canopy tree, which is a big tree like an oak or a maple, and smaller trees that grow under them in the forest is called an understory. So that naturally wants to grow under the shade and the protection of the bigger trees. Mm-hmm.
The leaves from here look like they're browning and spotting. Is that natural, or is there something?
That's pretty normal at this point. If it doesn't, as long as it doesn't get brown edges around it and curl up, that's more of a disease or more of a fungus. But this spotting is pretty natural for this time of the year. So that's nothing to be concerned about.
Is it natural for that tree, or is it natural for tree leaves?
It's natural for dogwood trees. So unless you see something else going on, there's a lot of insects and pests that will affect these. But you know, another thing that I don't see it on here, is mildew. And that's just common in really hot, humid summers, but this one is actually in pretty good shape. That's the nice thing about having this with morning sun, because any dew or moisture that settles on the plant during the evening has a chance to burn off early in the morning, and that helps reduce the mildew.